All right. My name is Andrew Whitaker, and these are my answers to the Initiatives and Referendums in Arizona questions. Question 1. Provide the basic definitions of an initiative and a referendum. All right, basic definitions. An initiative is the process where citizens can propose new laws or constitutional amendments themselves and place them directly on the ballot for voters to approve or reject. A referendum is another process, but this one is where citizens vote yes or no to a law proposed by the legislature. It's a way for citizens to have the final say on something instead of a handful of lawmakers. There are two types of referendums, popular and legislative. The second question is explain how initiatives and referendums are created. An initiative is created when either an individual or a group of people draft a proposal and collect a number of voters' signatures on a petition. If they gather the required number of signatures, it will go straight to the ballot for voting. In Utah, that number is 8% of active registered voters, which comes into a little more than 140,000 people. An example of an initiative in Utah is the Utah Eliminate the Independent Redistricting Commission initiative, where people believe a judge overstepped her station and picked a redistricting map instead of allowing it to be voted on. A popular referendum is similar to an initiative where citizens collect signatures on ballots, but instead of a new law being proposed, it is to challenge a law already on the books. A legislative referendum is automatically required either by the state constitution or the legislature that certain large decisions, like large tax increases, be sent directly to the voters for approval before being signed into law. An example of a referendum here in Utah is the HB 267 Public Sector Labor Union Amendments Referendum. It is a popular referendum that challenges a recently passed law regarding public sector labor unions. All right, the third question is to compare and contrast an initiative and a referendum. So, let's go and compare them. So, some similarities is that they are similar as both require registered voters to decide if certain laws should be added or changed. Unless put on the ballot by a legislative referendum, they both also require a certain number of signatures to qualify. Differences. So, an initiative is from the bottom up, as in citizens propose the law, gather the signatures, and then go ahead and get it on the ballot to see if it can become a law. A referendum is about stopping or checking legislative action and comes from the legislature. Right, pros and cons. For initiative pros, an initiative empowers citizens to bypass unresponsive legislatures. It can also further align policy with public opinion. For cons, laws written by citizens can be poorly drafted or overly complex. It also comes with decision fatigue. People just don't have the time to dig into complex issues, which is why they vote for legislatures in the first place. For example, I don't have time to dig into tax laws to see, what we need fixing, what needs to be changed, things like that, or if there are new taxes that need to be added. And I know a lot of people don't either. So with initiative and things like that, it could just be as simple as saying yes or no to something you don't really know anything about. For a referendum, for a pro, it acts as a check on the legislature for overreaching or attempting to enact unpopular laws. It also promotes a broader political participation on divisive issues. For cons, it can lead to divisive campaigns and social rifts, such as the heated debates surrounding Kansas's Value Them Both Amendment from 2002 surrounding abortion. There were a lot of heated debates, a lot of very, very angry conversations about that particular referendum. It can also oversimplify complex issues or lead to public manipulation by special interests. As for the final question, which is explain how initiatives and referendums support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution. In Article 4, Part 1, Section 1 of the Arizona Constitution, it reserves to the people the power to propose and enact laws or constitutional amendments and to approve or reject acts of legislature. Initiatives empower citizens to create new statutes or amendments by bypassing the legislature entirely. Referendums provide checks and balances that allow citizens to approve or deny legislative acts as outlined in the state constitution. And well, there you have it. I hope this was what you were looking for.